here was just to, as you may know about the parish draw, the prizes are on the little flyer that'll be on this video. But just to say that it's one way in which we hope to raise funds for it. And the draw takes place on the 7th of December. And if you wish to purchase tickets, you can do so after Masses on Saturday or Sunday, or let us know through the parish office, or alternatively, you can call in the committee room here from 7 to half 8 on Wednesday evening to if you wish to pay by instalments, or if you're a promoter to bring in your card and the money for the card. So thank you very much, and for all your support of the church. And if you can be a promoter, or you can just buy one ticket for this draw, it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. Welcome to Holy Family Church here in Ballymagorty, which this year celebrates 40 years since its opening in September 1983. I am privileged to be here as parish priest, and this church has seen so many occasions over the last 40 years, from births, very sad days and deaths and marriages here in the Holy Family. It's a place where we want all the families of this wonderful young parish to feel welcome, and to have a church where they can come and experience the presence and power of God in their lives. The church was built in 1983, and it has served the parish well over the last 40 years. But as we all know, all our homes at times need updating, and updating needs with the times that we live in, and also in terms of the requirements that are required for buildings in terms of health and safety, in terms of safeguard for children and vulnerable adults, and also to enable the church to be a place where we can experience God in a very intimate way. With this in mind, over the last year, together with members of the Parish Finance Committee, we have set about looking at a series of renovations here in the church. One of the things that has begun already is the provision of the new sacristy over here, and maybe in a little while I'll be able to let you see that. And the purpose of that was to move the sacristy from which was up beyond the stairs here, down into the main body of the church, for ease of access for those who are using the altar, priests, and also to ensure that a priest and readers and all those who come to the church can have ease of access and Eucharistonians have ease of access to altar. Of course, enable the work of our sacristans to be carried out with less walking or carrying things which can be dangerous, and avoiding going up the stairs here beside the side of the altar. That work has already begun, and also here on the far side, our new toilet has been opened and it's available for those who come here to Mass. Once again, taking away the hassle of going up the stairs and into the toilet that was at the side of the hall near the sacristy. So those two bits of work have already been done, and I will show you that in a minute, what that looks like in a minute. But now we are moving on to look at renovations here within the church. One of the things that all the lights are in the church at the minute, and it's it's a summer's evening. But one of the problems within the church is that the dark brick here, while it may have been an architectural feature of 40 years ago, it does not lend itself to creating an atmosphere of prayer within the church. So with that in mind, there's a number of things that we propose doing. We begin by talking about the light in the windows here in the church. The windows here are up 40 years, and I will also have some photographs perhaps to let you see how the windows have been broken down. They're a laminated window, single glaze, and the problem with that is that they've begun to break down, but also in terms of heat retention, they're very poor. So we want to make the church warmer, and to do that we have proposed and we have planned and costed for the replacement of the windows here in the church with triple glazed windows. The current frames will be kept, but around the frames we will have an Oregon pine veneer over the mahogany, because that will be necessary to facilitate the less absorption of light through the frames. It won't be as dark in the church. One of the things, and I'll do a little thing on the stations with you, is that we intend to return the stations to the original design. The original design of these church stations were designed by an artist not to be pieces of stained glass window, but rather to be a piece of stained glass art. There's a difference. A stained glass window is something that lets light in from the outside. A piece of stained glass art is something which light shines on it from the inside to bring about the effect of the stained glass. They were originally designed as a piece of stained glass art. I can understand that because the church was so dark, it was necessary to take the backs out of them, and they became a piece of stained glass window. But that was not the original design. It was done in good faith to try and let more light into the building. But it is not now necessary, because with the new windows and the new internal structure, we can now return the stations back to their original design. So that work has already been costed, and although we have some finance available in the parish, we are not going to go ahead with that until we ensure that we have exhausted possibility for grants for that purpose. And a member of our parish finance team is working assiduously to see what grants are available, so we can provide the funding for that. So that's the windows. So that the next thing then is to talk about the altar and sanctuary here, and the main body of the church. What will happen here in terms of renovations? The church itself, as I said, is 40 years old, and much of the features here represent at that time 40 years ago when the church was built. But what we intend here to do is, first of all, we intend to bring the height of the sanctuary down two steps here, just to have bring it down one step, so there's less of a height to it. We will also have its shape will change. Rather than this hemispherical, it will be more straight edge with bulbous sides to it, to the edge of the first step here. So it will be more rectangular in shape, more straight lines, and that fits in with the general lines in the church. It's generally not a good idea to have hemisphere with straight lines. So this sanctuary then will be tiled with Spanish marble tiles, which have already been sourced. And there will also be a disabled ramp which meets requirements, legislative requirements, allowing someone who is less able on their feet to come onto this sanctuary easier. Now, the altar furniture will be refurbished, basically the same design, but the black marble will be replaced with a marble covering, which will match in with the new tiles. So that's the altar, the ambo, and the chair, and the baptismal font. There will be tiles here on the outer part on this main aisle, plus tiles around the church, right around the church, and around these two aisles here at the side. The rest of the church will be covered in carpet. So to keep that warm feeling that this church always has had here at Holy Family. Literally, we're coming into God's house, God's home. The main feature here at the sanctuary, however, will be the creation of what is called a reredos. Now, a reredos is a feature in many churches, but it is there to mark out that the sanctuary is the centre of the church, with the altar and the tabernacle here in the presence of Christ here. So the reredos will consist of a wall which will go up where the present tabernacle is. Will be the present tabernacle, where the new tabernacle will be brought forward on a new marble plinth. But behind that there will be a wall, and then right up to the ceiling here, and right up into the atrium here, there will be a new plasterboard feature, and this area will all be white to increase the sense of that this is a very special area here, a holy area, the altar and sanctuary, and we'll go right up to the ceiling here, and it will cover this space here, and we're still in the process of seeing whether it's best to cover that space totally or to leave it open to allow the natural light to take place. Now, I will want to say a wee word about the spire, because work will begin in that very soon, and that's the outer part of the spire. I would like to say a wee word about that. So the plan would be that there would be a wall here, and then the reredos would come right up behind, and from the reredos would hang a crucifix to remind us of Christ's sacrifice, and it is Christ's sacrifice that we celebrate at every Mass. So that is the general plan for the sanctuary here. And I mentioned already what we're going to do with the floor and around the church. So what I will do is just take you down now to the window which I mentioned earlier. And we have done a mock-up of this window. You may have seen it already, with the light above it, to help you to see that this is what returning the station back to the cleaning station back to the original piece of stained glass art we hope to achieve with all the stations here. The glass here hasn't been replaced, but that's what we hope to achieve. Just here as well, the back of the church is the temporary confessional that we now have. This is temporary, and this is where the new confessional will go. It will be constructed in such a way that complies with safeguarding, but also with the very necessary thing of privacy for those who wish to receive the sacrament either face to face or behind the grill here. and we have a design for that already to ensure that happens. So just to talk then about the general costs, maybe what I can do is just provide you with those costs on a sheet so you can see what we plan to do and the costs involved. Obviously, when you see the costs, nowadays you'll understand that they can be mouth-watering when we understand what's involved. But I do believe that this project, we have to hand it into the hands of the Lord, and He will help us, if it's His will, to carry out the work that we're doing. This parish is already a very generous parish, but we want to find innovative ways in which we can raise money for this work. As you already know, the parish draw has already been launched. We also hope to have very soon is a 3D computer image of what it would look like. So you have this video here to see what it looks like now, and then hopefully we have the computer generated image of what the sanctuary will look like in the future. So that's basically the interior of the church. Maybe we will get a few shots now of the new toilet and the new sacristy as well. Now, once later on this year, we hope to create a new parish office where the old sacristy was, and to use the old oratory as a place of meeting, where people can meet to get forms signed, to get papers signed, and also to meet the priest or our secretary if you want to, if it's necessary, to have a one-to-one there. And that's going to be up in the old sacristy and using the oratory. Eventually, we wish to do a refurbishment of the conference room upstairs, and also maybe extend that into what is the parochial house now, to make a larger conference room, and then to eventually to put a lift in there to allow access there for people. That is probably 2 years or 3 years down the road. Our focus here is first of all to make sure that the church is updated for the worship of God and for the comfort of the people attending here. So maybe we'll take a wee look at the sacristy and the toilets, new toilet, just to help you see that, and then we will maybe I'll take you outside to have a look at the spire, which we hope to work begin, and I'll explain the rationale. Also, there's work to be done around the church in terms of footing and paving that needs to be replaced and needs to be repaired to make sure things are safe, and also landscaping in the church as well, around the church will be necessary. So I could just take you perhaps now up to the new sacristy. Okay, so this is our new sacristy, and we're just about moved in, so we still have a wee bit of tweaking to do here, but this is the new working sacristy with a flat sink here for the cleaners, and also facility for mops. The sound system will go in here, and this will be an arrangement here for flower arrangers. The mains where the priest prepares for mass will be here. Is the main sacristy with space for vestments and drawers here, and the liturgical books are kept here. And then out here, we go out into which is a toilet plus a washing machine, which is used exclusively for the altar linen here in Holy Family. And then the door out goes out to the main part of the church, which is here.
Now, we're here at the side entrance of the church here in Holy Family, and the region up here, which was part of the old sacristy and the old oratory, will now become a place for meeting the public, where the parish office will be brought out into the old sacristy, and this area here will become a place where the public can come in through the side door and have whatever things they need attended to in the parish attended to here. Of course, we have our conference room upstairs, which we hopefully will make modifications to, which will be part of phase 3 of the works here. But at the minute, we're going to focus on the church and allowing it to become that space that we want it to be, which I mentioned earlier, which will be welcoming and place of worship, where people can feel the experience and peace of Christ. We're going now to outside the building, out through the side door. Many people use the side door. This side door probably will no longer be accessible once we, because a new set of doors will go on down here in the main entrance to the church, and it's not recommended that people come down, walk down steps to enter into the church. It can be cause a tripping hazard for different people. It's better to keep access and ingress, access and exit, on the same level. So this is why this is recommended not to be used as a general way in or way out, but it will be used in the event of an emergency. So we're going out here into the main body of the church, outside the church, and we will just walk around the church. This is the window of the new sacristy here, of course, and we are hoping to get some work done outside here eventually here to renew the grounds here in Holy Family. We have, as we know, good car parking facilities around here, and here we have the side entrance to the new sacristy, which is made accessible here. This enables a priest who's maybe less able just to literally park their car here and then to go in here to the sacristy. As we go along here, we can see the side windows of the church, where the stations, which I mentioned earlier, are here, and these will be hopefully covered with gold crosses to help us to see that each of the windows here is a station of the cross from the outside. And we're coming down here to the front of the church, where last March we inaugurated this little prayer garden with our memorial of Father Paddy here in it. And for the 40th anniversary, we hope to have also here a statue of the Holy Family. It has already been commissioned and it's on its way as we speak. We hope to have that here in for the celebration of 40 years at the end of September. We come here and we just see here that the day the foundation stone was laid was 1982. And inside the church we see also that the opening took place on 24th of September 1983. So we hope to do some work here with these bushes here, so that people can actually see the church, so that the church is more visible as a centre of the community. And on this side also, we hope to do that work also. I've now go down the steps outside the church, and some repair work will have to be done here to the steps here, and also over to the far side as well. And we're coming coming down here to the front of the church, and the sun's shining here. I don't know whether we can manage to see what's happening here, but we see the pagoda-like spire, which is above us here, and as you can see, there's no cross on the top of it at the minute. In fact, today I saw the new cross, which is going to be placed on there. I saw it out at engineering firm out in Ardmore, and that cross is going to be, please God, soon replaced there. It's a cross that is going to be, it's a steel cross which is going to be covered in fiberglass with a gold tint on it, so that it can be seen. And that fiberglass roof there will be renewed here. Fiberglass usually has a lifespan of about 40 years or so that will keep that going for the next 40 years in the church. And the glass around the side of it will also be renewed, so that that feature of the spire will become a very distinctive and very clean and crisp feature here in the area, so that people will know here that this is a church which is open and is flourishing, not just materially but also with the prayers of the people who gather inside. So that is the plans we have for the church at the minute, and always want to share those with you because it's your church. It's not my church, it's your church. And it's our church together, in fact, and we pray that what we're doing is in accordance with God's plan, that it's not, we always remember, if God does not build a house, in vain the builders labour. So we just ask the Holy Spirit to guide us to do what is right, so that Holy Family can have the best place of prayer and worship that the people of this great parish deserve. So I just ask you, above all, to keep this project in your prayers. Thank you very much.